Welcome to Aruvi, Auxilium Rural Underprivileged Women and Youth Empowerment, the Social Development Office of the Salesian Sisters of Don Bosco of Chennai Province.
Hi, good morning all. I take this opportunity to thank Aruvi. Today we have two experts here to talk about how to build our immunity through natural way of living and without medicine during this pandemic situation. First, we have Yasheva, who is the founder of Joyism, who is always joyful and makes joyful the people around him. Today, he is going to give some inputs on how to build immunity through natural way of living. Let us listen to him.
Hello everyone, greetings to you all. I'm going to be talking to you about natural immunity and about how the body is equipped to keep away diseases and any kind of intrusion that spoils our way of life and our comfort. So before going into this, I would like to speak to you about what causes the problems which we face now. Now, if we look around in our world, we see animals, we see birds, we see insects, but there are some species of creation which we don't see. Now, these are microbes, these are bacteria, virus. Now, these are very small that you have to see under a microscope to see if you need to see how they look. They're very tiny. Now, in this regard, this coronavirus which has been causing this COVID-19 is a virus very small. It doesn't even have life in it. But still it has caused human beings so much of problem. So what are these viruses? What are these bacteria? Actually, in all of us, on our lips, on our face, we have so much of bacteria or whatever you call molecular creatures which are living on our skin, which we can't see, on our lips we don't see, on our face, anything which is exposed, we have these bacteria coming in and settling down. We have them inside our body also, we have them inside in our stomachs. So many of them are helping us to keep our skins clean. They help digestion inside, to produce B complex. Now bacteria help humanity so much. But there are times when bacteria and these small germs, as we call it, microscopic things, come in and which cause problem to us, where we get infected. So what happens is, as soon as something comes in, our body creates a system in which that incoming bacteria is not able to continue its life and it becomes deactivated as such. Now, our body, every day, every moment, there is a kind of confrontation by alien microbes or bacteria which come into the body system, and how our immune system, our strength of the body to overcome these. Now, this is given to the white blood corpuscles and then to the lymphatic system. So the body has its own good mechanism how to confront these bacteria. So every moment, every hour, every day, our body immune system is practicing in how and overcoming whatever is coming against that. So from morning to evening while we sleep, this whole thing is continuing. So our immune system becomes good when we are actually getting this system running every day. So sometimes if the system is not working, if you are living in a very isolated place, that's why some People coming up from outside India where they are living in a very clean atmosphere come here and get exposed to some of the bacteria here, they fall sick because their immune system is not functioning strong. But still, if you notice, you might see some persons sitting near a garbage dump or even rag pickers. Now these people don't fall sick. Have you anytime realized that? We who go sometimes and we find a garbage truck coming and we find it so difficult to breathe, but these people are able to continue their life. Why is it? Have you ever thought about it? It's because their body immunity is so strong that it's able to overcome any sort of a thing. Now, how do we get good body immunity that overcomes any kind of virus or a bacteria or this problem which we are facing with this COVID-19? The thing is, more than food, more than anything, attitude counts. The attitude that we should be fearless, that we have no fear, that we operate without the confidence that God who created us is able to sustain and provide us, with the confidence that nature, which gives everything to us for our benefit, will also be able to offer us things with which we can overcome these problems. So that's the confidence. And a very big aspect of immunity is the attitude. Now, if we have a negative attitude, if we are fearful, if we are not confident about things, if we are angry, all this causes your immune system to weaken. It is almost as though what we think in the mind gets translated to the white blood corpuscles, which are really facing this immunity issue, making them weak. When we are strong in the mind, they are also strong. When we are weak, when we are not kind of thinking right, if we are envious, if we have negativity, then the power of the immunity, our cells, everything deteriorates. The immunity becomes down. So ideally, we should be having a strong immunity for which we should have a good attitude. The attitude of what we call as joy. Joy in the sense of being concerned about others, about helping others, being positive, not negative of being angry, of being envious, of having hate or anything, but a whole positive attitude. Almost how God would be by giving everything good to humanity. We are giving everything which we can to our fellow brethren, and then we are able to experience that joy. So when we experience that joy, every cell in us experiences that, and that overwhelms the adversary into submitting, and so that we don't get diseased. Our ease is maintained, we are comfortable. We might get some symptoms which we will talk about later, but how to overcome them. But the point is, our immunity is strong enough to overcome it. So with this, my dear friends, we don't need to fear, we don't need to be sitting inside and locked up. We can move around, be careful, but be sure that your immunity will be able to withstand any kind of thing, because that's the way God has designed everything. Thank you.
We have other personality called Mr. Safi Saraya, who is a founder of Zero Violation of Mind. He is not only a orator but also a writer who wrote a book called Zero Medicine Wisdom. And Mr. Safi Saraya has over 3 decades of experience in facilitating behavioral science intervention and human potential development program. He is the founder of the internationally acclaimed Young Leader course for high school and college students, which he has been counting in India, Southeast Asia and the Middle East. Let us listen to him.
So friends, Yaseva clearly told that by maintaining joyful attitude, we will not lose ease. And certainly if we do not lose ease, there is no question of dis-ease happening to us. This ease is nothing but the current day word for disease. It is manifesting in the form of pathology in our body. we have pain, we have fever, and so on. So, when we hear about loss of ease, where does it come from, friends? Loss of ease comes from emotions. Emotions which are worry, fear, sorrow, anger, and a combination of that becoming stress. So friends, even before worry starts, what if you were to ponder what is the cause of worry? Because if you allow worry to continue, you will feel that it is affecting even your taste. Sometimes we get ulcers in the mouth. Worry eventually affects your stomach and spleen. We get indigestion. This is the start of a disease getting into manifestation. When we have fear, friends, the second emotion, again you will have to ponder what is causing me fear, because fear is usually affecting our kidney and urinary bladder. Then we have grief. Anything which gives you sense of sorrow, again you must ponder, why am I getting grief or sorrow over it? What attitude am I showing here? Because certainly if you are sorrowful, the next thing that you will have is a sense of crying within you, and that affects your lungs. That affecting of lungs is symbolized like we get cold and cough arising out of it. A phlegm gets formed and we normally carry kerchief to wipe it out. So again we see how sorrow manifests as cold and cough. Then we have anger. Certain things make us anger. Again, what attitude made you get angry? Because anger affects your liver and gallbladder. When you get angry, your eyes become red, and the manifestation of a diseased liver is, even jaundice, the yellowness in the eyes. So all the disease, whatever name you call it, they emerge from, caused by the emotion manifesting in our body. And all these things collectively causes stress. At a certain stage, when you cannot bear it, it affects your heart, and series of illness expands within your body. So what do we do now? Sometimes we know this, yet there are factors that make us lose ease. Will God protect us or not? Yes, God will still protect us. And guess how does He protect you? When any of these illness, whether illness of stomach in the form of indigestion, illness of kidney, again in the form of few manifestation, sometimes you have ear problem, kidney is connected with your ear, illness of lungs, cough and cold, illness of liver, immediate rise in temperature, illness of heart, quite many symptoms can describe that. So these symptoms are the way God is warning us. So if you get, what are these symptoms we are talking about? Normally we have heard this term called symptoms of disease. So symptoms of disease makes us rush to a doctor, but actually symptoms of disease are nothing but signs of God coming to your rescue to tell you that what you are doing is not correct. Stop. For example, if you get fever, that actually is a favor, because fever is a rise in temperature it's a heat energy to fight all the negative antigen that your mind is creating in your body. So your own antibodies is trying to fight the antigen. So this rise in body temperature is only as a rescue mechanism. So instead of seeing this as something to panic about, see that something to make you be silent, and see that as with gratitude to God, that God has reminded you that you are losing ease. So I am rescuing you with fever, now behave. So what we will do now? He has created his defense mechanism in our body because God resides in us. In every breath he is protecting. We will have faster breathing. That is a sign that his entire defense mechanism is there to rescue the body. So now what happens? That your body temperature is very high and you now no longer have any taste or appetite. So what you must now do? Adhere to the sign. When you don't have any taste, don't take any food. During fever, absolutely you will have no taste or no appetite. So allow, why you will not have that taste and appetite? Because the defense mechanism, the full energy system is fighting off the disease force. So don't disturb your defense mechanism. Take total rest. Take total rest and be in the seeking of forgiveness mode. It is a matter of time the fever will subside. Maybe half a day, maybe a day, sometimes maybe 2 days. But during this 2 days, no food at all, because you don't want the force that is fighting against the antigen to be diverted to digestion. Because if you take any other food, the force, the energy gets shifted to digestion, which is not required, because God does not want the life to be taking anything now. The life is in a cleaning mode. Life energy comes from purity, and only with purity he allows the pure growth to happen. The moment impurity happens, God says stop. So friends, my tip on fever is, do not take any medicine, stay peaceful, total rest, and wait till the normal temperature comes. And after normal temperature comes, what you must do? You must wait for another 6 hours. There will be scales forming in your lips. These scales, dry scales, is the proof that you have healed yourself. After that 6 hours of waiting, then gargle with water and you will be recovered. So friends, similarly, pain is a healing guide to the body. During pain, you have to just adhere to what God is healing inside you. You did something wrong, you fell down, you were not mindful. Cold and cough, again it is a way to protect your lungs. God says, I want the lungs to be pure. So let your sorrow and all that come out as a toxin in the form of phlegm. So if you adhere to that godliness message, cold and cough is protecting your lungs. So friends, diarrhea, any worry time of activity or any food that you have taken mindlessly which is not good for you, diarrhea means it throws it off. Vomit rejects the food that is not suitable for you. Diarrhea is the spoiling of food within you because of your worry. So God says this food is not good for your body. It converts into diarrhea and lets it pass. So all the symptoms that you experience is a sign from God asking you to maintain peace, seek peace from God at all times. it is asking you to go back to the source and know the true purpose of your life is to be loving, kind, caring, not to be competitive and jealous, envious of any other. You may be having the school system of first, second, third rank, but do not be part of that. Be joyful with people, celebrate everyone's success, just like what Yaseva had told earlier. And may you remain healthy ever. So friends, what gives me the right to speak about this, that you should never take any medicine, and all the symptoms are actually nothing but healing symptoms. So the reason why I am confidently saying that is I learned this from a world renowned doctor who is staying in my neighborhood in Santhom, Chennai. 15 years ago, me and my family got healed from him based on this divine wisdom. He, even though is an MBBS, MD and a PhD, he gave us a different insight to cause of illness. So each time when we went to him, he healed us through divine ways. And ever since we met him 15 years ago, till today, by God's grace, we have never taken any medicine. And that learning has been imbibed so well that it is forever going to remain with us. We have no fear of any illness or whatsoever pandemic name the world may give. Thank you, friends.
So I am sure you all will be filled with a lot of inputs from two experts, and Mr. Yaseva spoke about how our attitude affects our positive and negative attitude, and Mr. Safi, who is the author of Zero Medicine Wisdom, spoke about how the emotions that affect our organs and which leads to disease. So to conclude, the best way of living is to create and maintain a peaceful life at all times. Thank you.